Thought I'd give you guys a rundown of what's going on in the shop today. My Ram came back, rebuilt, so I can put that back on my scissors lift. There's not a whole lot going on in here. Mustang's still sitting here. I'm trying to sell it right now. Trans Am's gone. Guy picked them up the other day. Unfortunately, he was supposed to be bringing 3 trucks, 3 trailers, and 3 guys to pick up 3 Trans Ams. And one of the truck's motors let go on the way here. So he showed up with 2 trucks and 2 trailers and 2 guys and loaded these 2 up that were in the shop. So they're now bye-bye. Shop looks kind of bare. Not much going on at all. Today I'm going to do an oil change. That's about it. My wife's Equinox. And I'm hoping to put this cylinder ram back on and get this lift buttoned up. But for right now, not much at all going on in the shop. I'll be back in a few. Okay, got my wife's vehicle up in the air. Gonna drain that oil pan. It's pretty simple. You gotta do is make sure you grab the right plug. So this is the oil pan. I already loosened it up. And we're going to see what kind of a mess I can make here. Hopefully not any. And there we go. And we'll just let that drain. Get that to drain and I'll be back. Okay, got that oil drained, tighten the plug back up. Oil looks a little dark. It's probably time for a change. So I'll go ahead and roll this out of the way and lower the car, and I'll show you how to change the oil filter in one of these things. Okay, it's back on the ground now. Right there, that big black thing. Oh, there's a lot of oil down there too. That black nut right there. You've got to remove that, and the oil filter's in there. This is the first car I've ever owned that you don't have to be under the car to take the oil filter off. This one's actually on top. So let me remove that, and I'll be back in a sec. So I give you guys a look at that, how that works. I don't know if you can see in there. There we go. Just take that nut off the top, and that oil filter sits down inside there. And over here is what it looks like. See, it's a large nut that screws down in there. That's your oil filter right there. That's all it does is push in there. I think I get it. That's your oil filter for these Equinoxes. Pretty crazy, huh? Throw that away. Let me go grab, well, right there it is. Let me grab this and pop it in, and I'll show you how to put it back in. Alright, got that cleaned up down there. Threads look fine. I'm going to screw that back in and put that filter back on. In case you're wondering, it takes a pretty big nut or socket. This one I got is a 1 1/4 with a little swivel, because it's really, really hard to get at that angle. There we go. Tighten it back down. Wipe up the oil the best I can. That is a really tight spot to get into. I'm going to top it off with fresh oil and start it up. Make sure there's no leaks up here. Make sure I got the nut tight on the bottom. There's no drips down there, and we're done. Well, that oil change done. It only takes about 15 minutes to actually do that. Maybe a little less, you know, once you get started. But it kind of took me a little longer because I wanted to videotape a little bit of it. But you can see it's kind of hard to get down to that filter. But yet it's really convenient to have the filter up above under the hood instead of under the car. You don't have that running down your arm and all over the floor when you go to take that filter off like most cars. So I do like that. But I really don't like the 4 cylinders in these things. You know, they don't even sound good. They sound like they're going to blow up at any minute. But I'm not a big fan of Equinoxes. My wife is. I'm not. But like I said, that project's done. Easy peasy. Now I'm going to go ahead and start putting this ram back together. So that'll be my next thing here in a sec. The only thing that holds that ram in are these 2 pins. You got one in the top, one in the bottom, and then 2 small bolts will actually hold the pin in place so it doesn't slide out. So all you have is 2 bolts, 2 pins, and the line to hook up, and this shouldn't take very long. At least I hope not. Back in a minute. Well, it only took about 5 minutes to hook up. Now we're going to see what happens when I crank it on. See what we have. Hopefully she doesn't spill anything. Yep. Better move that pan, huh? That ain't gonna work there. There we go. All right, let's keep going. So far, so good. Right there's where she was puking before. That's it. Look at that, no leaks. Cool. It's all right. All right, we're all done now. That was my adventures today in the shop. My car quits. Got a couple days of 12-hour days coming up, so I don't have a project out here anyway, so. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. Later.